don't wanna fight, 'cause I don't like the way it feels. Those cutting words that never heal. Behind the barricade, you're tossing grenades while I'm trying to settle and disengage. You're playing with fire, preparing for war. I'm ready to settle the score. You're sounding the alarm while I'm trying to remain in the calm before the storm.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares through. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
That was disgusting. Oh my God, June. Oh.
Absolutely devastating.
He's actually in a really good spot for his teammates to watch over him and give him assistance, but no one really watching the main run-up. And oh, what a trophy system collateral kill!
Oh, they gotta get on the point. They gotta get on the point. They're gonna run out of time. Can they contest? They are with 1.4 seconds. And Phil is gonna go down. We are gonna be seeing him now. No, out of the point, and Wave Runners by the skin of their teeth. They're gonna be able to hold on.
Can he play from horse? Holy! He's gonna get another one!
As Koi will quick scope heavy.
But it's gonna not necessarily translate to the bottom plane, as Legacy just being an absolute nuisance here with his team just taking such a map control here.
Kill is gonna get hustled down to 2v2. They should have had the man up, and now Austin's gonna peek in and get one. He's gonna look for the double, can't quite get it. Zuxium, the last man alive, and now it's Zuxium trying to finish off the team. He's gonna stun in there, C1. One's gonna push out, it's gonna get taken out. Zuxium can finish it right here, 7 points left. Taking out another one more pushes out. He's gonna get taken out by a teammate, and that's gonna be Hype eSports taking map number 1.
I see it now, I see it now.
Hello and welcome everybody. I am Shifty here, joined by Colin, aka Seymour. As we have a hell of an upcoming match tonight here, Swear Society versus Team Hustle, a team that I have not seen yet, and we spoke off cams, and Seymour has not seen yet as well, so definitely some new territory for both of us, as we're very, very excited for this upcoming match presented by Innovated gear for the K7 League here.
This is my first time back on the K7 League for a little bit, and seeing Swear Society and Team Hustle, two teams that were both brand new, is going to be a fresh start to this preseason action. I mean, we got raid for days today, Shifty, so we are going to be seeing a bloodbath in these maps, and I can't wait to see them turn up on these maps, which are presented by our host, GitGudHosts, you know, providing these beautiful servers, helping us bring the best action that we can. But like I said, raid hardpoint, checkmate SnD, raid control, garrison hardpoint, and then raid SnD, Shifty. This is literally going to be so much raid that I'm so excited for.
At the end of the day, I hope you really enjoy Raid, which, by the way, how could you not? What a phenomenal map, and it plays really, really, really well in this game especially. What I'm excited for is in the short amount of time that I have had commentating Cold War and being in and around the scene, I have yet to see, or I have seen, I have yet to commentate a Checkmate SnD, which I know is a very wishy-washy map with a lot of people's opinions. Some people really love it, some people really hate it. So I'm interested to see how both of these teams come out and swing in map number 2 especially.
Well, Checkmate SnD is actually one of my favorite maps to spectate, like for these players, because I think that it's very well decided on your power positions, that your assault rifles, if you're allowed to run the snipers. I know the GAs can be thrown around in certain tournaments. If the snipers are being run, they can really determine the pathing that your SMG players have to take. And you have to be smart with your placings, because we swapped over from 5v5 back to 4v4, so every life counts for sure now that we're back to the traditional Call of Duty sense of that 4v4 aspect. So I like Checkmate because I think that it's really dictated on those assault rifle power positions and your positioning on defense to line up that line of scrimmage, that meridian that those attackers have to kind of bypass. But before we get to that Checkmate SnD, we do have to go to raid hardpoint, which is one of my favorite hardpoint maps in Cold War right now, you know, considering bringing that map.
It might be one of my favorites. It might be one of my favorites in history. It is.
No,
A
Bring it back.
phenomenal hardpoint map. I love the way that I've seen teams play it so far.
It's literally like chef's kiss right there. It's like
Mwah!
you literally cannot get any better than Raid
Yes.
Hardpoint. It's,
I
like,
agree.
it's one of those maps that you have to play for the long run too. I mean, you look at 0.3 to 0.4, you know, going from garage to the basketball courts is like those are money hills right now, but you have to kind of work around 5, 2, and 1 at the same time. I mean, those hills are very heavily contested. So the long run in these teams, I'm seeing who can really dictate the swing from 0.3 to 0.4 because there's a lot of time to be gained off of those ones.
Absolutely. Well, and we've talked a lot, especially here in the K7 League, about those rotations, and especially at the amateur level in Call of Duty. That's one thing that we see a lot of teams tend to struggle with, is not necessarily finding an identity for how they want to play. Do they want to be the forward-thinking team that goes for those early rotations and tries to set up across the map, or do they want to be the balls to the wall kind of let's try for a full 4-man break? And I think that's something that we'll see progress more and more as this game goes on, and Raid Hardpoint will definitely be a great map to showcase those playstyle differences that I'm very, very excited for. So I agree with you. I think this map is going to be awesome, and I'm also very excited to see Garrison, should we get an opportunity to see that, because I actually love that map.
Oh, for sure. I mean, going to the tank depot of Garrison is by far one of the better traditional Cold War maps that were brought to it. I mean, really waiting for Express to come in here too, maybe to kind of shake up that SND scene. But right now we have to deal with what we got. So going to Garrison, we have to be forced to go the distance to that map 4, and in doing so, this map 1 is going to be crucial to these teams, because you're not going to play just one raid respawn. You're going to be playing 2 raid respawns, because 2 of the 3 raid maps are going to be hardpoint and control. So getting warmed up in this map 1 is going to give a really good feeling to that team when you move over to the map number 3 in control, being on raid, because you're looking at a map that's or a game mode coming back into Cold War that's very dictated by the defender's side. But when you look at a map like Raid, you play on attack, you 4-hit that B site, you force your spawns if you get full wiped back onto the A site, and it's really easy to kind of force those defenders into a tough position and set up good pinches once you capture that A site.
Absolutely. We will see a lot of respawn here today, and then not even just the respawn, but with how the maps have laid out, we will see a lot of maps that will rely almost strictly on cohesion. We'll see who is the better team as a team here tonight. Speaking of teams, we will throw you very quickly to the rosters. I'm taking a look at Swear Society here first. That is the team that I have seen the most, as we waited for Hero to put the correct graphic on screen. Now he's got it, as ours, Christos, Vito, and Carl. Christos was an absolute man among boys. When I saw him play in the previous match, he was realistically one of the only ones that was keeping a steady positive for the side of Swear Society. So I'm interested to see how he will help potentially propel his team to victory here. And Seymour, my good man, would you like to go over the wait, what now? You're in my ear, Hero? What is it? Oh, Horus. Oh, okay. So it's good to know. It's good to know that my man Hero behind the boards cannot spell correctly. As Seymour, would you like to go over our Team Hustle roster?
Exactly. I mean, this is a team that neither of us have seen. Hustle ahead of us here, that Captain Chatterbob alongside Josie, Easy, and YF. I don't know how to say this one. You want to help?
I'm just gonna call him Rex. I'm just gonna call him Rex.
Hero was right in our ear at the exact same time. Just call him Rex.
He said, "Do you help me, please?" He said, I'm confused. There's a lot of consonants right there. I don't see enough vowels. I'm confused. But no, I will say that Josie is one that I've actually seen previously play in K7. He was a solid role player, kind of helping in and around the hill and controlling that immediate area around that hard point. So definitely an important player to watch, to say the least.
Wife and Rex. I just saw it in chat. We got that makes a little bit more sense. Wife and Rex.
I'm just calling him Rex. Sorry, man.
I think I'm just gonna stick with Rex. So, you might want to switch over Cheddar Bob, give the captain role over there. We got Captain Rex on the end there, but it's Wife and Rex instead. So we do get to see, and I know the players. We got to see Hero just confirm it for a little bit. The players are okay with him being called Rex as well. So we will stick with this. But you were also talking about you've mostly seen Swear Society, and the last time that you did see them, they didn't show up that well. I mean, it was a hot 3-0, not in their favor. And you're saying that Christos was the one to look out here. If he can continue that, maybe bring up his team morale right away, maybe they change it up to Hustle. But this Hustle squad ahead of us is a complete unknown. So I have no clue what I'm seeing out of this one. It's going to be a surprise when we do.
That first map is going to be such a tone setter for us, I think, that how that first map plays out and who really has the consistent advantage, I think will potentially bleed in to the next maps. And you and I both know with how long we've been in and around the Call of Duty scene that SnD is a game mode to end all game modes. And a lot of times those can be the swing games, if you will. So SnD definitely going to be extremely huge here for teams that, to be honest, we have no idea whether or not they're going to be good against one another. I see a lot of people in the chat talking about how it's going to be a very close game. And I hope that's what we experience because so far in the preseason matches, the best match I've gotten to commentate was a 3-1. So,
ooh,
yeah, it was
so
tough.
It hasn't really gone the distance too much. But luckily, I know today we were gifted the kickoff classic for CDL.
Correct.
And we've saw 2 out of the 3 games today go to a map number 5. And you're talking about SnD is the game mode to win all when it comes to these tournaments. And I'm looking at that Paris versus London game this morning. I know Paris took both SnDs. So that just goes to show you, I mean, if you lock down those game 5s will be just a steady walk in the park if you are that SnD team. I mean, you look at most of the history of Call of Duty. SnD, it's just you win that SnD, you have a great chance at winning the whole series.
Absolutely. I mean, and it's the same thing with, so if we take it back to Modern Warfare, you could assume the same thing with hardpoint. I mean, theoretically you can here too in the best of 5, but in my experience with Cold War, it's a lot harder to win hardpoints without having that direct slaying advantage. So we'll see. Clearly what team will come out the stronger one here in this best of 5 again. And I think a lot of that's going to have to do with who has that better map presence, who has the better overall slaying numbers. And just like the SnDs, winning those hard points, so important as well. So again, that first map going to be a huge tone setter here for this best of 5.
And I like how you're talking about MW for the hard points. It was one of those seasons where we had to deal with like incredible money hills due to the sizing of the maps. And that really kind of made the respawns not as, in my opinion, fun to not just spectate, but to play. Because
absolutely.
It was so hard to break, especially like you look at like a map like Ramaza last year, like
God,
construction. Terrible to break. You look at point 2 was just absolutely just a one team holds that for most of the game when you get that spawn in a deep back behind construction. And now you're moving into Cold War, which is a lot more compact when you look at maps like Crossroads, you look at maps even like Garrison, and now Raid coming into it. Very classic style maps that allow for a lot of contention on points and breaks to be possible due to setups for pinches, from the small lanes that are provided, due to the fact that it's 4v4, so you don't have that extra player to lurk, and everything just seems more like traditional COD now as we're rocking it back to this Treyarch game. So I'm glad I get to see this happen, and these teams are getting ready. So let's hop in with these teams on Raid right now, Shifty, and let's kick off this K7 preseason match between Split Society and Team Hustle.
I agree with you. Great graphic on the screen right now. Welcome to Match Day here on a Sunday night. provided by K7. Again, I am Shifty, joined by Seymour, as we have the best of 5 opening up here in front of us. It is going to be Raid Hardpoint in this first map, as we immediately hop on board with the side of Swear Society, spawning over towards this garage side. And honestly, Hill number 1 going to be something that we'll see potentially a lot of contesting on, but mainly you and I both know that the real reason the map positioning will be based around the backside of P1 is to assure those P2 spawns.
And you really want those P2 spawns, considering that you have to really milk the most off of Kitchen and Ring. Because it's hotly contested, so you already see Swear Society. I saw a player going for the wraparound to try to pull spawns away from Team Hustle, but really it's just Team Hustle locking down those back spawns, keeping a foot on the point as well, and pretty even on the setup right now between both teams. So you do see Vito now trying to get the most out of it for Swear Society if they can't break those spawns. But yeah, you're right. Looking at point 2, it's going to be very important to see if Swear Society can break in the back of the map.
Yeah, that break going to be oh so important, but right now what's important is what's on your screen, and that was Cheddar Bob, as he was able to cut down his 3rd straight player for the side of Hustle Esports. As right now, you're totally right, we're 3 seconds away from rotating, as we'll see all of those purple arrows begin to migrate towards the opposite side of the map, but the initial time will go in favor of Hustle Esports on the back of 6 kills from Easy as well. Very, very hot start from some of the players on Hustle.
See a full flood from Swear Society in the back of the map, not able to pull spawns. A great deep hold from Hustle, as Hustle's just clearing them off of that Kitchen. Transition to point 1 to point 2 is successful for the Hustle right now, and taking in all the points easy on a spree. He's got 6 to his name before falling on a 12-3 right now scoreline for himself. 45-25, and Team Hustle is locking this Kitchen down. If I'm Swear Society, I might be looking to get rid of this as 20 seconds has passed now.
A little bit nervous I would be for the side of the Purple People Eaters here over on the left side of Swear Society, mainly because Easy went on a huge spree there, and not only was that a 6-kill streak, but that was also a 5-kill multi-kill, so he was on another level there for a brief moment. As that hard point now, P3, back towards Garage, as Swear Society will pick up the initial time. 45 seconds left in this hard point. They've got about a 30-second deficit to try and whittle away at. Vito getting gunned down by Cheddar Bob, as Josie will grab a 2nd. Easy will grab a 3rd. These are absolutely slaughtering the side of Swear Society. Hustle Esports doing a great job of holding this hard point down.
Easy breezy, beautiful Hustle go right here, as he does look to get another one on that flank, but getting picked up by his teammate. An easy break for Hustle Esports on that P3, which is usually a money hill like we were talking about early, but look at their flood through the map. They're decimating Swear Society, looking to take point 4 now, as they're aiming. They got their eyes locked on this back trees spawn, and only 2 players to contest them here. 1 goes down. It's all up to Swear Society to make sure that they can hold this point 4 successfully.
Point 4 going to be very important for the side of Swear Society here going forward, but Hustle doing a great job of controlling the hard point again on the back of another incredible streak from Easy. He's on another 5-kill spree, as his teammates Rex and Co will try and pick up the slack, but nice offensive push here from the side of Swear Society, as some big gunfights, especially towards the entry, will come in. Nothing doing for the side of Swear Society, though, other than 1 kill, as now Hustle will be able to get that trade and assure this 80-point lead here, plus an additional 14 seconds of scrap time that they may just control as well.
We are 1 hard point left. We have 1 hard point left before the reset in the rotations now, and so Hustle is 100 points ahead of Swear Society pretty much. And just now, that first flood of kills from Swear Society right there,
yeah, full team wipe. Yeah, that's huge.
The best thing I've seen from them all game so far, as we just saw Josie on a 5 spree. Easy's got 5 sprees after 5 sprees now, and Hustle Esports are just holding this by the reins. So I want to see Swear Society now lock down this P5, make sure they can transition to point number 1 successfully, and kind of bring themselves back off of this connection of hills now. But we do see the pinch coming out, the surrounding flood of the players from Hustle. This might turn out to be a little bit dangerous for Swear Society in the end.
Dangerous may be an understatement as Josie pushing in towards middle here, trying to get that Swear Society squad off of P5, but nothing doing quite yet as Cheddar Bob again on your screen with some help from some teammates in that orange side as they will be able to finally break the hard point, but with only 5 seconds left. And my God, actually, that was a great hold from Swear Society there on P5 to make this game a whole hell of a lot closer.
We see the overview of rings, the decimation of Swear Society. Crossing 150 points is going to be Hustle Esports, a whole 100 away from taking this map now. Swear Society not breaking the triple digits just yet. Sitting inside a top arts, not making it to the rings. You have a one-on-one, an important play right now between two players on the point. A good contention right now from Swear Society to keep Hustle out of the points pool. Rex on a 5 spree off the cam right now, and the rest of Hustle Esports make sure they're locking down those spawns for point number 2. It's just Swear Society cannot put anything together, and I'm really looking at somebody like Christos, which you highlighted was having a great game last time you saw Swear Society. He's 8-15 right now, almost double negative, not really showing up for Swear.
Absolutely. Well, and we talked earlier too about how important the slaying numbers were for Hardpoint in this game, being able to remove those players of the enemy team off of the map and stop them from contesting the hardpoint. Oh, so important. And Hustle doing a great job of that on the back of a 47-20 performance between Easy and Rex combined. Rex still has not died. He's on an 8-kill streak. And why not when you have the other 3 members of your team ensuring those points in the hill? Swear Society getting absolutely bodied currently.
And now you're edging close to that victory. You're just on the edge of winning against Swear Society on this raid. Big tempo is going to be set after this map 1. Pushing into that search and destroy. And they do break onto Kitchen. If you are Swear Society, you're looking at that rotation. Incredible 1-on-2, making a 2-on-1 on the other side. Swear Society, they do lock down the third hard point here of the back of Christos, getting a nice double kill. They didn't hold this last time, Shifty. They were easily broken right off the rip. Hustle Esports are looking to continue and mirror that exact same match.
They are very close to doing so, as 2 will go down in favor of Hustle Esports, making a third pinstripe kill feed currently. As Easy had the last kill there, will be able to get it. He has some support from his teammates in front of Garage, as they will be able to pick up those kills, but nice immediate trades back from the side of Swear Society. We've got Easy directly across from Christos, who is inside the hill contesting. Nice big shots from him, as he was the only player from Hustle Esports, though, able to secure a kill. Swear Society being the benefactor of the multitude of trades that we had in that P3 areas. We will rotate towards P4. Hustle Esports, though, at least sending 1 more player, not content with giving up that scrap time.
And pushing through pools and kitchen is going to be Swear. Did see an important 2v1 go in favor of the purple squad. Now Vito, he's got to win this out to pull spawn, so he does. But he does get traded out instantly, so that might not favor them after all, considering it was still on the 0-second marker. You do see the rest of Hustle get a split spawn with that player spawning on point 1. So he might be able to set up a pinch now in kitchen. Picks up that player. He's going to have an important overview through money. Hustle Esports can win off this, and they might just do so. Some incredible plays from Horus cannot follow through. And now, 8 seconds away, Hustle can do it.
Can do it, will do it, it looks like, is Easy on your screen trying to cover those stairs. Hustle will take this in a landslide. 116 points. They are the benefactor of it, is 250 to 134 in favor of that Team Hustle squad. And again, I think what it boils down to is Team Hustle was just outslaying them. Not only outslaying them, but also outpositioning them. We constantly saw them in the power positions, regardless of whether or not they were catching the early rotations. If you're that confident in your ability to gun your opponent, they showed what they're capable of with that confidence on full display, as they would let Swear Society rotate to P3 2 times in a row. And either break or contest for a large majority of that time.
Well, Swiss Society was doing a good job at getting those early rotations, and they were winning the 2-on-1s that they needed to. But as soon as the buddy system of Hustle came into play, and it was an even 2-on-2 matchup, I just think that they were completely outskilled by Hustle. And we really saw it from players like Rex and Easy, who both, I'm pretty sure, dropped 30 bombs in that absolutely incredible plays from them. At one point, Easy was on a 10 spree. Was it? It was either Easy or
it was
Rex.
Easy.
One
no, it was Rex that was on the 10 spree. Yes,
absolutely crazy. And I know that Easy himself, I mean, by all means, he got at least 2 5 sprees at 2 different times. So both of them standing on their heads. And when you have 2 players just absolutely dominating the map like that, it's hard to keep control of a hard point. It's hard to keep control of your rotations because they're just gonna walk right through you and push into the next side, pull spawns into their own favor. And Hustle was doing a good job at taking control of the buddy system that they were running.
Don't breathe in your Gatorade, kids. That was not good. As I'm trying to recover from the near-death experience I just had. Yeah, no, you're right though. On the back of the sheer slaying power that we saw from Easy and Rex, really and truly outscaled, I think is a great way to put it. It just boiled down to them not winning the majority of the gunfights that they needed to win, as they take, again, a big win in map number 1. Map number 2, we talked about it earlier. What is it going to be, Seymour? I'm excited to see it.
It is going to be the plane map, as Tugboat once told me. SnD is going to head to Checkmate, where both of these teams are going to duel out, and, you know, presented by GitGudHosts to make sure that these teams both get the even servers that we want, the best competitive integrity that we can give them. It is going to be a hard battle for Swear Society, because when you have players like Rex and Easy to slay out like that, the routes can be run and determined by those SMGs through bottom plane, through top plane. If you have plane control, you can lock down every single site. You have good sight lines onto A, you have B in your hands, and it might be a little bit harder for these defenders to keep up with the slaying power of Easy and Rex.
Agreed with you. I mean, the slaying power, I think, is going to end up being one of the major deciders of this series period. But I'm glad that you brought up how it was very easy to take control of each individual bomb site depending on how the first bloods go. So I think that'll be something also to look into, with us abiding by the player GAs to, at least to my knowledge. We will not have any smokes to cover off crosses. And I also believe that we will not have any sniper rifles to help watch those crosses as well. So potentially watching those rotations cross map from bomb to bomb, whoever can pull off maybe the cheekiest play might just end up being the victor here in this SnD.
And, you know, over the kickoff classic, I saw players like Crim6. I saw players like, I'm pretty sure, Sky split the XM4. So that might be a gun to say in place of those sniper rifles to provide a little bit more pressure onto the front lines and making sure that you have that power packed behind your bullets with the assault rifle, but the speed maybe of a SMG, for example, like the Maddox that we used to have in Black Ops 4. And that XM4 is going to be really good for maybe swapping over to the attack, where you might not want that Krig to have that slower push. Instead, you switch it for that XM4. You're able to back up your SMGs tight in that airplane. And it's just something that you look at, because you don't have those snipers to kind of lock down and force pressure off of those SMGs down a route. So you kind of have to change it up. You have to take that into your own hands. You have to present yourself with some more aggression, and you have to make sure that you cannot let those routes be unchecked at all.
Those routes, very, very important, and locking down those lanes, especially something that we've seen across all search and destroy maps, regardless of whether or not it's in this game or in Cold War or any other Call of Duty you've ever played. So being able to lock down those lanes is going to be oh so important, as we have Swear Society taking the bomb very quickly here off the break, as Horus and company will try to push towards the right side, tossing the stun over. Did not get any information yet, as stagnant we are towards the middle of the map.
Cheddarbub, very aggressive now through B-bomb. He's going to win an important one-on-one with Christos. So that's going to be playing control pretty much in Hustle's hands. I mean, Vito is here, but he has really no prominent angles. He is actually going to win the one-on-one with Bob, and his help is going to bring the advantage back to Swear Society with 2 kills, evened up by Rex now. So an even 2-on-2 with Horus having bomb in hand underneath the plane.
Yeah, that 2v2 going to be very important to play their trades. As again, you see Horus on your screen now. 30 seconds-ish left in the round. As right now we've switched back towards the defensive side. It looks like they're trying to hit a rotation back towards that A side, actually hitting up inside of the plane towards B, as Rex putting down some shots, doesn't realize that Horus was there behind him. Great bait and switch, but immediate trade-off in the way of Josie picking up that kill onto Horus. Now the bomb has to be planted as well. Josie with the prime position in the corner, and will catch the final player of Swear Society with their pants down, as we'll see it here in the best play.
You know that Josie was just waiting in the back here, so Carl either had to go for the plant or play the 1v1, waiting on that angle, just had to play for the player into the sights. So he did. Very well played from Team Hustle in that one-on-one. But that was a lot closer than I saw in the hard points. I'm already liking what Swear Society's bringing to us. Aside from that opening pick onto Christos, maybe just caught off guard. So they're moving on to defense now. I do expect 2 players to take control of the plane, maybe get some wing control. But already I'm seeing the attack coming out from Hustle to contest it with a heavy 3 push towards the plane. Not favoring them as Easy goes down 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, that 1-for-1 trade going to be very important, as now it leads into a second straight kill for Christos as he picks up Cheddar Bob, now immediately putting them in a 2v3 disadvantage for the side of Hustle Esports, as Swear Society's member Vito inside of the plane. Plane rhymes with train. But as he was able to pick up that trade, now Rex stuck in a 1v3, and the bomb has to be picked up. It's pretty much him versus the world now.
Playing rhymes with train. You got Express coming soon, so I think I know where your mind's at.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for not making me sound quite as stupid. That's what we like to hear, Seymour.
We all know you. You just want that map to come out. You want another old classic back in the rotations here. For Cold War. Swear Society does pick up that in the end. I mean, it was a 3-on-1, so almost confirmed to tie up this game here. And this incredibly slow pacing on defense was very smart from Christos on that AR roll, because he expects the attack from Hustle to follow up just like their hardpoint with extreme aggression. So he waited for those players to just come into there, found a nice kill. The rest of them followed in suit, and the Swear Society just cleaned them up. Very well handled from the defensive stance of Swear.
Absolutely. It was a great retake there. And again, those numbers advantages really playing to the side of Swear Society in that last round, as we do have Vito very, very carefully tiptoeing up the stairs to the plane, not the train, where the B-bomb site is housed. We do see, thanks to Caster Vision, 3 beautiful members of Hustle Esports there waiting for him to come around that corner, as Cheddar Bob will take the first blood onto Christos. That's now the second time out of 3 rounds that he has been first blooded. Definitely want to see him potentially change that route up to stop giving the initial advantage to Hustle.
Cheddar Bob actually switching with Josie inside the plane on the B site. So probably taking out that AR to help lock down the long sight lines. Rex can find a big kill on boxes. Vito taking place of that attacker. 30 seconds left. Shift. Carl gonna hit that rotation onto the wing to back up the bomb carrier, but instead he's got to dip into the plane and allow Vito to take that 1-on-1 now. We are in a 2-on-1. Vito has the bomb. 15 seconds. Josie and Rex, 2 heavy slayers that we saw in hardpoint. Josie's an easy pick there. Team Hustle gonna take the defense once again, just with the better positioning at the end of it. I mean, we saw big hero plays from these attackers, but just wasn't enough in the long run compared to where the side of Hustle was set up.
Well, and that's what happens when you lose the first 2 bloods. I mean, in that position, realistically, based on where they were, it was almost a 2v4 with the two members of Swear Society there. As Vito, you saw in the previous best play, picking up 2 kills, but again, not quite enough, as we do have Hustle back on the offensive, as Josie and company going to be sprinting very, very quickly into the plane here to potentially try and get some power positions before Swear Society can push too far up, as Horace will take the first blood on to Easy, putting him at 3 and 2 now in the positive, as a second kill will go in favor of Swear Society. 2v4, the bomb is down. Hustle needs to get moving.
This aggression didn't work for them round 1. Their first attack. It's not working for the second. Z Horace found a great opening on that flank, and he put so much pressure on them that they're just suffocated on that wing. They have nowhere to go, and they just limp away for a 2-2 tie now between Swear Society and Hustle. So this defense is looking very strong from both teams, and I have to say, one of these teams takes an attack, it might be looking like they take the map.
Definitely going to be the icebreaker here, is who can assure that offensive victory. And Seymour, I want to know from you, you have a little bit more experience in this game than I do as of current. Would you say this map is defensively favored, or would you say that right now we're just watching two teams that can't execute the offense very well?
I find that right now I'm seeing really poor executions on the attack from Hustle. They're just kind of trying to play off of their aggression from point number 1, and they're not realizing that Swear Society wants them to do that, and they're trapping with the assault rifles. And in tune, Swear Society, they're playing too slow, and it's not really favoring the sight lines for when they do get in these gunfights against Hustle on their attack. So they're not really playing to each other's weaknesses or strengths. They're just kind of throwing their usual strats at them and hoping it works. But we are in a 1-on-2, and this might be the first attack that Swear Society does take. And he does go down, getting beamed from the side of Swear. So that's the first attack going to the purple side, as Cheddar Bomb in the final kill cam is going to walk right into Carl watching those staircases. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm just seeing from both of them is very lackluster attacks and not really playing to each other's strengths or weaknesses. They're just trying to play for kills.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think right now we've seen a very apparent lack of cohesion on the offensive sides from Hustle eSports as Swear. Again, like you said, solidifying that 1-round lead, which may consequentially turn into 2 here based on the previous offenses we've seen. Rex trying to make me eat my words, though, as he will pick the first blood and immediately put the numbers advantage in favor of Hustle eSports as they push towards this B-bomb site. No huge contest from the side of Swear Society, but a nice potential hit from 2 members towards those stairs might just be extremely important here in stopping that bomb from being planted. As now Josie going to very quickly try and get that bomb planted. He does so, as Rex will pick up a second. Now 3v2. Really the advantage big time here in favor of Hustle.
I just don't understand what these teams are doing right now, Shift. I mean, each attack now has been different in this sense. Bomb is planted on B, and Swear Society, they have no control of plane at the start or now in the mid game. Carl getting a big win on that fight, but now he has 2 more players as the 1v2 is going to be afoot. They're split. They're going to find the kill. He's going to play right into their hands, and I don't even think he would have hit that defuse because the timer was ticking pretty low in here. So we will see that final kill cam where Rex was just waiting off site for that player to hop up into it. And I have to say that both of these teams now finding attack really shakes up my hypothesis of these 2 teams, and we might be seeing more of a fight as they start to understand each other.
It was definitely a hypothesis that I would have found valid, as you're right. We've seen back-to-back offenses from both sides now, as some big bullets flying through the middle of that plane, as who will be able to pick the first blood will give them immediate advantage of the center of the map, as Cheddar Bob and Josie creeping their way into the plane. He's got Easy on the back right side of that wing, as now everybody from Swear Society very wisely trying to back up across that midpoint line, but getting a little bit more aggressive as they pick the first blood on the back of a nice kill from Vito. Nice immediate trade, though. 3 apiece.
This is going to be 2-on-3 now. Make it a 3-on-1 as Vito's the last one standing. Hustle just blew through them That's the aggression that I've been seeing from this team all day long. Now on defense, really running those routes, really getting aggressive through the A site. And Easy, where he had a slow start to the search and destroy shifty, he started to pick it up and he wins 2 huge gunfights to the side of containers. And that is going to give the advantage back to Hustle here, where Swear Society was starting to find their tempo. Hustle just kills it that quick.
Those tempo flips, oh so detrimental to the confidence of a team, as Josie again will take the bomb. He's been kind of the designated demolitions expert to steal another line from Tugboat. As right now we see, again, pretty stagnant push from both sides. First 15 seconds have ticked away. Some gunfights going in now, as Easy on the hunt for at least one member of the Purple People Eaters, as he will snag one, make it a second. Huge kills from Easy, as he's now went from 0-5 to 5-6. Definitely flipping his switch on, is Team Hustle doing the rest, as they will take the 8th round in a dominant fashion, as we may just see 3 of those 4 kills in this single best play.
Something clicked in this guy's head. I mean, he dropped a 30 bomb on Raid. He was 0-5 in like the first 5 rounds of this series, and now after that, since he's 5-1, or he's what, 6 and no,
yeah, 6-1, yeah, 6-1,
6-1 in that sense. So Easy really coming alive here, is giving them that 2-round advantage, 5-3 on map point. And Hustle, if they take this, I mean, they are going to be on series points. So it's the Swear Society backed against the wall on this search and destroy, falling behind. And it is all because of Easy. Look at him. He gets the first blood again.
He's on an absolute roll right now. Call him Butter, because he is now 7-6, as him and the rest of Hustle Esports are starting to clean up house here against Swear Society. They take the first 2 bloods. Vito with that bomb. He only has Horace to help him, as Horace will die to Cheddar Bob. Just like that, it turns into a 1v4. The entirety of Hustle Esports chasing down Vito, trying to dip back up into the plane and assure a second kill, but will not happen, as Hustle will finish that in a dominating fashion. We got to what, 3 apiece, and then Hustle just opened up a can of whoop ass and ran 3 rounds in a row.
That was insane from Easy. I mean, he's a player that I had my eyes spot, and I didn't want to call him out right first, because I don't like to speak in absolutes for players who are like 0-5 at that sense, or call them out because they might just be having a rough start to a no respawn game mode. And it's completely fair, you know. It's a complete change in pace from hardpoint to search. But once he figured it out, once he got that hold on Swear Society, he never let go, and they just couldn't do anything about this player. And that's the sense that it has been from the hard point now to the search. In my eyes, is that it's not really the strats that are allowing Hustle to win. It's the gun skill right now. They're just overpowering Swear Society.
Overpowering indeed, and that's something that we've seen a lot here across these first 2 maps. We've seen Swear Society have brief flashes in the pan, like that 3-2 lead that they were able to take earlier in the game, but again, just no ability to finish from the side of the Purple People Eaters of Swear Society, as Team Hustle again taking your 2nd round win. However, do you know what that means? Do you know what that means, Seymour? That means we are going back to Raid again.
Ooh. And you wanted to see that game 4 Garrison hardpoint. I want to see it as well. But if we're going to see that game 4 hardpoint, we have to see Swear Society come alive in the slaying stats, because they are falling behind to this powerhouse of Hustle right now. They're not really showing up in the kill feeds too often, and when they are, they're just literally overpowered when they regroup from Hustle. There's nothing more that I could say other than Hustle's walking over this team.
I know, and honestly, it feels bad to say that, because you don't want to seem biased, and I assure you that we are both impartial on this matter, but it's just, we can only comment on what we see. And to be honest, we've been seeing a whole lot of positives for the side of Team Hustle and a whole lot of negatives from the side of Swear Society. I would love for Swear Society to come out here and kick the snot out of Hustle on Control just for the underdog story, just for the reverse sweep. But will that be possible? We'll find out here very soon, as again, map number 3 going to be Control on Raid. I'm very, very excited to have Control back in the rotation, as I loved it from Black Ops 4, and then it was a huge letdown to go back to Domination in Modern Warfare, and now we're back with Control again, and I'm very, very happy to see it. Seymour, what is your opinion on Control?
Well, first off, I want to just say, because Modern Warfare brought a bunch of new faces to the COD scene. So if you're curious out there, if you're here for the KSIM for the first time, Control, it might be brand new to you. There's 3 ways that these teams can win Control, and it's time, lives, or point control. And if you're on the attack side, you either eliminate all the lives that are in the respawns for your enemy, or you capture point A and point B. If not, if the time limit runs out or your lives run out, the defenders are going to win in that sense. So there's a ton of different aspects that go into this game mode that make it a game mode that I love, because there's a lot more thought process that's going to come out from these teams, and especially moving to 4v4 from Black Ops 3's 5 or Black Ops 4's 5-on-5 aspect of Control. A lot more slower, a lot more methodical, and it causes for a lot more team coordination and cohesion to kind of follow up from point A to point B when you're on an attack. A lot of teams are going to say that Control is a very defender-sided game mode, which I can agree to a point, but we're in raid Control right now, where the attackers have a very strong chance and kind of taking a round. We just saw Optic versus LA Thieves, and Optic 3-0 swept on raid Control. So if I'm going to break that off, when I saw Optic on that attack, I saw a very good coordinated attack coming from them. They took all 4 of their players right off the start to B, and that causes the player who's on A for the defenders to overextend into the defender's spawn. Doing so, that's going to mix up your spawn when you get full wiped on the B side. So that causes Optic to spawn off the B site right into the rings of A. As soon as that happens, you'll basically have full control of the rings, of the streets at the same time. You capture the A site, you flood through the spawn, you take control of kitchen and basketball courts, and it's going to cause a terrible time for the defenders. So I think that raid Control is a very good point for this team to go to. And if Swear Society can find that cohesion, if they can find the rotations and take control of Team Hustle, they could force a game 4 here.
Absolutely. Will they force that game 4 is yet to be seen. We have had a bit of a lobby error, as we will throw you to a very, very quick break. Don't you dare go anywhere. Myself and Seymour will be back with map number 3, Raid Control, between Swear Society and Team Hustle, right after this.
I can't wait to leave this town, 'cause lately I've been feeling down. The cold nights just don't feel the same. Oh, like my life inside a car, hit the button, drive real far, but that record on me like, oh,
Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon, and I end up alone. I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Ain't got no place to call my own. Feels like I'm better off alone. So sad inside and hopeless. These Hollywood hoes never notice. Can't get back on. You're gone, girl, I miss you. Can't get back on. You're gone, girl, I miss you. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon, and I end up alone. I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. How'd I end up alone? I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. How'd I end up alone? I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you're Hollywood perfect. Perfect.
So fast, all tied up like a captive. I want you. Used to pay my mind like standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I know my patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a bit longer.
Boom.
What can I do to make you stay a little longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a little longer. You're making me stronger, making me stronger.
Hello, we're back. We missed you guys. Did you miss us? I bet you did. Did you miss this beautiful banter between, again, Shifty alongside Seymour here, and I just pointed in the wrong direction because my camera's flipped that way. He's over there.
It's okay. It's okay.
We're here for map number 3, hopefully, potentially, maybe. Which again, Colin, do you know what map this is? Do you know what map this is? Do you know how excited I am for this?
Considering this is a hype battle between Swear Society and Hustle, and we haven't really seen the hype from Swear just yet. Maybe Control Hardpoint or Control Hardpoint. What am I saying? It's a late night, everybody. Control Raid is where we're gonna be seeing.
I love Control Hardpoint.
I love that too. You know,
My
Control
favorite.
being little the love child of Hardpoint and Search and Destroy. It's only right that we kind of put them together just like that. But Raid is gonna be where we're at. I already broke it down before the break on what I want to see from these teams, but all in all, what I want to see from Swear Society is the gunny. I want to see the hype.
Facts.
I want to see them work together for once.
The gunny. Y'all need to bring the Gunson in map number 3 because, to be honest, and we touched on it before we went to the brief break, we've seen a lackluster gunny, to say the least, from the side of Swear Society, and we'll want to see them bounce back in a big way here in map number 3 on Raid Control Hardpoint.
Control Hardpoint.
As we're still waiting for 3 players, and eventually those 3 players will join up and we will have some Call of Duty to assess. But again, go ahead.
Shift?
What?
It wouldn't be a COD game without people being late.
Literally, it's funny you say that. So last time Corn and I were on stream, which was Thursday, we were having a conversation about what it was like to be a commentator. You have, people that don't do it, that compete and, stay on the playing side of it, ask, what it's like to be a commentator. And it's a lot of waiting.
I used to take like a bet with my co-caster at one point, and we would bet how many people would be late for COD players, and whoever got it right would either have to like do the ad reads or they would have to like do the outro or something that they didn't want to do. So,
right.
So you kind of like dictated the pace of our cast off how many people were gonna be late for the COD kids, because we always knew there was at least one. Just how many more after that, and I mean, there's been tons of fun that you can have behind the scenes. I mean, for people being late, there's a time where we would time how long it would take for somebody to join, or you have like a stopwatch, or it's the only constant that there is in the COD community.
Truthfully,
is that
yes, especially in the amateur scene. Especially in the amateur scene, you can't even guarantee that teams will stay together for longer than 3 weeks, but you can assure every time that at least one player or someone from production will be late. And I think it's COVID's fault, because we're all just sitting here at home, like enjoying what we're doing. And, sometimes it's hard to roll out of bed to talk about a video game, like sometimes it is. So, but I totally agree with you. It's always, it's who can snowball and BS the best is typically who makes great commentators, because they have to fill the silence with something other than music.
Sometimes the COD kids just need to make sure that they're not so down bad on Twitter and more so sticking to their gunny on the game, because right now, Swear Society, this is a hype battle, so I gotta see them bring the hype to this game. Raid control is where it's at, and I did break it down earlier, but I am going to do so again. Is that I want to see these attackers bring that methodical push that I see from a lot of these attacks lately on Raid, is where you are going to see the attackers go for the B hit. B is going to leave A opened up, force the spawns onto ring if they do get full wiped, and then from there you're going to either as a team work through their spawn or go for a 2-2 split, maybe a 3-1 split to make sure you have that pinch inside kitchen. So many opportunities for attack that I want to see taken into this control map. If Swear Society can do that, if they can really dictate the pace of this, and they've had a little bit of break, so maybe their mentals are a little reset, we might see a new team here, and I'm really hoping we do.
This just in. Swear Society is actually the reason why the host dropped. They needed a mental regain. No, I'm just kidding. But how wild would that be, though? Because if that is the case, what if? Just what if? Let's speak in hypotheticals, if we will. What if Swear takes this map by a large margin? Do they run away with the rest of the series after how hard it would be to regain from that reset?
Look, you're going to Garrison Hardpoint if you take this. And after seeing what Hustle did on Raid Hardpoint at first,
that's true.
I'd be a little bit worried to go to that map for no matter what. But this is an opportunity for Swear Society to regain, come back, set a new tempo, and set a new precedent in this matchup. It's going to be game number 3 of this hype battle. Swear Society on the attack, Hustle on the defense. Let's see what comes out as we're following Horus.
Horus, again on your screen, will see the feet of that player beneath the van as that first third of progress just ticking away within the first 10 seconds. So very, very hot start from the side of Swear Society as they're looking to assure that second third of A. No huge map flips coming in quite yet, but Easy definitely on a good start, and as well as Josie, as they both combine currently for 6 and 1 between the two of them, accounting for all of Hustle's kills and continuing to do so as Rex finally puts a 1 in that left-hand category. 50 seconds left, and after the initial progress from Swear Society over on that A site, we have yet to see any more, in no small part to the slaying numbers from Hustle.
Easy trying to give us that slip and slide Illy special, but not able to follow through with it. He's starting off 5 and 1. Very strong, just like that hard point. You're already up 4 lives as well, as it is brought back to the A site for a 1-on-1. Carl gonna get flashed, still comes out with a kill, but followed through from the rest of Hustle, so they wipe the A site. It's going to be the eyes on B for these attackers. 3 going to be sitting there in a big kill. Maybe they're going to find a little bit of progression and force these defenders off the A site. This is going to be crucial for the rest of Swear Society, so let's see what they can take off of this.
Yeah, I really, really like how they've played this here, kind of splitting the difference between Hustle. At this point, Hustle leading the respawn advantage, but we know that it's also about assuring the capture of these points as B oh so close to getting finalized. Carl in the water right now, trying to make things happen, and will do it on both the left and right side, ensuring maybe at least a second of progression here as he's attempting to be the swamp monster, but pops out to a capping from Josie. Yes, A does get finalized, and B oh so close as well. Actually looking pretty good for Swear Society here.
Aside from the lives, 11-3 in the respawns now, and you have to break the B hold right now from Hustle, as they are locking down kitchen and putting most of their bodies inside around pool and basketball courts. So it's going to be tough, but look at this flood from the bottom of the mini-map. 3 players from Swear Society going to be hitting in the back with a pinch from Carl in top bedroom. They are looking to flank them from behind and wipes Hustle right off of their own spawns.
However, we've got Josie creeping up behind Carl, who is that holder of the pinch, but 2 will go down regardless as 2 traded off for the side of Swear Society as well. However, the difference here, Hustle eSports still with 5 respawns remaining. Josie 12-2, make it 13-2 now on another 6-kill streak. He is putting this Hustle esports team on their backs, or on his back rather, as Horus last alive in a 1v9 theoretically. Tall order to say the least, as Hustle will finalize that first round victory. And even though we saw A get capped relatively late in that round, I'm glad that you brought up the respawn difference, because that goes to show that even if you think you have control of that portion of the map, you may not.
And they had the right idea of hitting that flank as 3, you know, together with Carl on that pinch. But the fact that Josie was unchecked underneath there and their flank was taking so long to unfold, it gave Josie that opening and that understanding that they are not in front of us, so there must be behind us. He hits that route, gets the flank on that player top bedroom, and really shuts down Swear Society's positioning, because all they have to do once Carl is dead is turn around and look at where Swear Society is. So really unfortunate that Swear Society took so long to make that play happen. They're swapping over to defense, which is presently like the more successful side in all control maps. If they come out with this one, maybe they can fix their mistakes on their attack the next time around. But Hustle is going to be a tough team to keep away on this attack.
A tough team indeed, but doing a decent job at that right now. As Swear Society is, not only have they stopped any progression on either A or B for the side of Hustle, but they also lead in the respawn categories by a margin of 4, make it 3, make it 2, as 2 more big kills come in favor of Hustle there. A nice trade from Horus is a trade back for the side of Hustle. Again, Hustle, the slight disadvantage in respawns. They're going to need to get some progress at one of these sites, as progress at A has been completed. Trades back and forth. Josie snagging another big kill and another 5+ kill streak.
Once you force those players off of A, control is just going to be so heavily favored to these attackers on that side of the map. Ripped off that heady Josie, sent to another dimension off of that, but Easy still on the point. They are going to get A secured, so now they just have to move over to the B side of the map with lives favoring Hustle as well. I mean, it's only 1 life, but still that is going to be everything for this attack, because usually in this position you're going to see the attackers with less. But Swear decided they were going to give up a little bit early so that they didn't lose too many lives in doing so.
Which I kind of agree with the play. You already know that you're outmatched on the slaying category, so you might as well begin to take the smarter approach, the work smarter, not harder, if you will.
Exactly.
As now taking advantage of that is the side of Swear Society. Less than a minute left here in this second round of control, is again that respawn favor going very slightly in advantage of Swear Society. 45 seconds and counting. We'll see Hustle begin to get their push on here, as Rex and company will push through money and ensure that 3 kills go in favor of Hustle esports. Great job by them to make a very cohesive push. Will they be able to translate that into some progress on B?
And look, that wipe spawn Swear all the way back laundry. Now B controls for Hustle. They got 30 seconds, so plenty of time to get a recontest too if they're white, but no need to when you have Rex slaying out like he is with the rest of control in kitchen. The 1-on-1, make it a 1-on-2. Cristo does find the follow-up after their teammate comes back. The recontest from Swear, very lacking, very slow, but now it's all up to Horus. A 1v9 just like last time. And this is not looking good for Swear Society, as Hustle has broken through the defenses, taking control of Raid. And Hustle is now up 2-0 in this map, on match, on series, on everything point right now.
And going into a defensive side, which we've seen clearly they favor here, especially early on. We saw a very, very defying win from Hustle there in round number 1. Is really what broke that open, is that initial team push back towards the opposite side of Garage, and we had on the what is essentially the top side of your map, we saw a full push from the side of Hustle esports, which then flipped the spawns for Swear Society, as we had Rex get in a very key power position, as he is so fluent at doing is members of Hustle Esports now trying to make something happen over towards middle and A as Pinstripe kill feed will come in. 1 kill traded apiece here within the first 10 seconds. But again, very similar to what we saw in the first round, they're able to secure A relatively quickly. Actually, that was very fast. They had all 4 members on A there.
And you still have 23 and 22 lives on either side, so no contention really on either. And Hustle, they're just going to play for the suffocation now of the defender's spawn and lock down this B site, which it's going to be interesting because it gives Swear Society a lot of opportunity to just keep on throwing strats at them and trying to break through this defense. You got to look at the kill feeds or the kills right now on either side. Hustle only has 2 players with double-digit deaths. Josie is 26 and 7 on a 3 spree. This is absolutely insane. And Swear Society even still have a chance to win on attack here. And if they do this, you go back to the defense, which wasn't terrible for you either. Just have to fix a little bit of nooks in your setup, and you might be able to bring it back now. Full wipe for Hustle, with Horus being the last on site trying to do some heroics. Does get progression at B, but Hustle, they're just looking to suffocate right now, and they're doing a good job at it.
They definitely are, as they do have the advantage in the respawn count, only by 2, but that progression ticking oh so slowly as Cheddar Bob trying to stop that on your screen. He will toss the Kobe across, will not be able to make anything happen, but instead will peel him off of the head glitch. And again, this is what we've been seeing from this Hustle squad for at least the duration of the majority of this round. They are playing for that suffocation style, as they allowed A to get taken relatively quickly, and they had so much confidence in their gun skill that they decided to just play it on the respawns alone. Looking pretty good for them so far, as Easy on your screen will tag somebody up and allow Rex to clean up that kill, who is on a current 5-kill streak, as he's trying not to be outdone by Josie, who is clearly the player to be in this lobby right now.
I mean, we've seen Easy get a 30-piece, Rex get a 30-piece in the hard points, now Josie a 30-piece in the control. The Hustle Slayers are alive tonight. And I mean, to top that off, you got Cheddar Bob just being that great anchor around the map, just locking down, getting the important kills, not a ton of kills. Where you're down to 30 seconds, no respawns for Swear Society now, so really the last chance, as there's still 7 in the bank for Hustle. This is not going to be Swear Society's game. This is over. Carl's the last one standing. A 3-0 tonight, 4-year hype matchup for the pregame of the K7 leagues. And Swear Society, I mean, we've seen them get dropped before, but they just got absolutely obliterated in a 3-0 tonight, Shifty.
Yeah, this one was not... I mean, this one was not even as close as the one that I saw the first time, unfortunately. Yeah, Swear. Maybe some kinks to work out in their game plan as we progress into the season, which Hero I saw, I think I saw a graphic for that. If you could throw that up on, oh, okay, never mind. I lied. So I'm getting false info. Okay, never mind. I lied. Okay, never mind. Do we have, we have qualifiers this weekend.
Oh, that's going to be...
Oh, that's nice. The graphic I saw. Nice. That's what we like to see.
Open qualifiers number 2, season 4 for the K7 League, January 30th, 2021. There is a prize pool included too. So, I mean, if you think you can match up to Hustle, you come in here, you put a team together, you show up to these open qualifiers, you look at what just came out today. We saw a slaughter for the match, but you could show up and change that for next time.
Would absolutely be awesome to see some of the people who have been in and around the K7 community put some teams together for an open qualifier team, as you may just be able to weasel your way into season 4 of the league. As right now you're seeing on your screen the amazing broadcast talent, myself and Seymour on this roster, along with many, many, many other very talented faces here for the K7 season 4 rollout here in COD Cold War. I'm very, very, very excited to get the rest of this season underway whenever it does finally happen, as again, those open qualifiers on the 30th. Don't miss them if you want to have an opportunity to be on stream and play against some of the top amateur talent that we have here and around Call of Duty. And you do that. You do that stuff. It's on the 30th. Put a
And you
team
show
together
up.
for it. You do it. Seymour, are you going to play?
I might cast it though.
Well, that's
I'm washed. I'm retired, man. That's why we're here.
There is a hierarchy. If you can't play, you coach. If you can't coach, you cast. Yeah, exactly. See, he knows.
Heard it before.
See? Yeah. So Seymour and I clearly on the same page here. But again, it was a great time. Thank you, Seymour, for joining me here on this cast. It was a blast. We always hate doing blowouts, but it was nice to have an opportunity to commentate alongside you.
It's a long time coming, but we finally got it going. I mean,
I know.
you saw the talent lineup for CDL over the weekend for the desk, but like that doesn't just match up to the amount of sexiness that K7 is bringing on their desk lineup.
Yes.
I mean, you saw that graphic yourself. Like that's great. Let's take another look at that. Just like everybody's look at what we have to offer.
Look at the top left. That might be my favorite picture.
Look, there's a dog in there. Like
I know.
You don't see CDL graphics having dogs in the caster pictures.
That's what they're missing. Is dogs. Dogs make everything better.
So exactly. I mean, we might be waiting for the league approval to bring the K7 league to you, but like we said, the qualifiers are coming up for season 4, so that is your chance to break into these amateur teams, play against some of the best that K7 has to offer, and to be casted over some of the best that are on your screen. Isn't that right, Shifty?
Yes, it is. Again, I'm very, very excited for season 4 to roll out and get everything going. Thank you to everybody who came in and supported the stream and who watched. Thank you to the players on both Hustle and Swear Society for being such good sports about these preseason matches. Thank you to Innovated Gear, DropShotStats, everybody that makes this league tick and do everything that it is. Thank you to Hero behind the boards for running the stream tonight. Thank you, Seymour, for joining me on this K7 League matchup, as we will be back live again sometime soon, as I believe we're getting the stuff ironed out for potentially another pre-hype match, but also the qualifiers. So definitely plenty of K7 content to come up before too long. Make sure you sub to the YouTube. That way you can get notified whenever we go live. Thank you to everybody on behalf of Shifty and Seymour. Thank you guys for joining us. Have a wonderful night. Stay safe.
Heaven just knows what it wants. Will I go back to the place where I belong? Everyone could break my heart, but I try my best to not fall apart. And I found it hard to let go. The memories keep me together. Gotta fight till the end, no pressure, no pressure. And I find it hard to say no to the ones who want something better, to the ones who never say never. You'll be my pleasure. I got nothing to be scared of, because where people live, there is always love. I know the answers in my heart, so I'll try my best to not fall apart. And I find it hard to let go. The memories keep
me together. Gotta fight till the end, no pressure, no pressure. And I find it hard to say no to the ones who want something better, to the ones who never say never. Will you be my pleasure? I know the answers in my and I find it hard to let go. Memories keep me together. Gotta fight till the end, no pressure, no pressure.